The person who ruined my existence contacted me via text just 2 weeks prior to my wedding. My name is Jasper, and in 2 weeks, I'm marrying the most amazing woman I've ever known. Julia works as a corporate lawyer. She's incredibly smart. She possesses this calm assurance that truly stabilizes me. To be honest, I never imagined I'd meet someone like her following the events from 6 years back. But this is the reason I'm sharing this. A few days ago, my former fiancée, Ellie, messaged me out of the blue. Merely seeing her name appear on my screen caused my heart to pound. The text read, "Jasper, I have to meet you once more, please. Things aren't as you believe they were." I hadn't received any communication from her in 6 years. Not even one message. And there's a very solid explanation for that. 6 years earlier, Ellie and I were set to tie the knot. All preparations were complete. The location was booked and paid. My tuxedo was ready in the wardrobe. Her gown was flawless. Relatives from both sides were arriving by plane. We had dated for 4 years, and I believed I understood her more deeply than anyone else. I was mistaken. On the evening before the ceremony, I remembered I hadn't retrieved the spare wedding ring. I was lodged at a hotel with my best men, but the ring remained at the home Ellie and I shared. It seemed minor, correct? I'd simply stop by, pick it up, and return. I entered using my key around 10 at night. The lamps were illuminated. I assumed Ellie was handling final details with her bridesmaids, or similar. I proceeded along the corridor to our bedroom, and that's when I caught it. Her giggle, but not her usual one. This soft, personal tone I assumed was reserved only for me. I pushed open the bedroom door. Ellie was in our bed alongside my half-brother, Victor. It wasn't merely a fleeting encounter. This hadn't been their initial encounter. Their expressions upon spotting me revealed not only surprise but acceptance, as if they anticipated this discovery sooner or later. I didn't shout. I didn't smash anything. I simply remained there for what seemed eternal, but was likely just half a minute. Victor began uttering words. I can't recall them. Ellie drew the covers up and began weeping, repeating my name repeatedly. Then Ellie uttered the phrase I'll always remember, the sole statement from that night etched in my mind. She gazed at me with tears flowing and said, "Jasper, I'm truly sorry, but I never intended to wed you. I desired him. I've always desired him." The ceremony was the next day, and she was informing me I was never meant to be the bridegroom. I spun around and departed. I lacked the strength to remain and listen to any justification they might offer. By midnight, I'd contacted the site and canceled it all. By 2 a.m., I'd emailed everyone on the guest list, stating the event was canceled due to unexpected issues and that I'd cover any necessary travel refunds. By 6 a.m., I'd filled 2 bags. By midday the following day, which should have been our wedding, I was driving to a different city 3 hours distant, where a university friend had long urged me to join him in launching a venture. I never communicated with Ellie afterward. I restricted her access everywhere. I removed Victor from my existence entirely, which also led me to separate from my father, as Victor was his favored son from his later marriage. I abandoned acquaintances, our home, my employment, all of it. I simply had to escape the ruins. That initial year was torture. I won't pretend otherwise. I labored 18-hour shifts on our technology venture because pausing meant reflecting, pondering what went awry, when the infidelity began, how a person I relied on could betray me that way, queries without resolutions. But by the second year, progress emerged. Our software for managing construction projects genuinely addressed actual issues. In the third year, we ranked among the state's top 10 rapidly expanding firms. By the fourth, I'd acquired my partner's portion and grown to 3 locations. And gradually, those memories receded. That's around when I encountered Julia. She was handling legal matters for a client involved in a disagreement with one of my suppliers. She was formidable in the meeting room, ensuring I didn't overlook any point. Once resolved, I invited her to dine. She declined. I tried again after 2 weeks. She declined once more. On the third attempt, she accepted, later explaining it was due to my respectful determination without crossing boundaries. We've dated for 2 years. She is fully aware of the details involving Ellie and Victor. She's witnessed my difficult moments when the date of that evening arrives and I become withdrawn. She has never pressured me to pardon or heal in a counseling manner. She simply remains by my side as this reliable, unwavering presence. 2 months back, I asked her to marry me. She agreed. We planned a modest ceremony, only dear friends, avoiding family conflicts, nothing extravagant, just us selecting one another deliberately and sincerely. Then Ellie's message arrived. I shared it with Julia since we share everything. I anticipated she'd advise deleting and blocking it. Instead, she reviewed it twice, gazed at me, and stated, if you decide to see her, do it correctly, according to your conditions. Seal that chapter as it ought to have been. So here I am seeking advice. Should I see Ellie? What might she even say after all this time? One side of me prefers to disregard it entirely. I've already interred it once. I'm unsure if I can unearth it again. Yet another side, the one preparing to wed anew, ponders if Julia is correct. Perhaps I should listen to any lame justification Ellie offers and dismiss it directly, leaving no doubts. What is your opinion? Edit. Wow, this gained massive attention. I'm reviewing the responses now, addressing frequent inquiries. Indeed, Victor had access to the home. He possessed keys. I provided him extras months prior when he was transitioning homes and required temporary stays. I recognize now how foolish that was. Yes, my father sided with Victor at first, claiming I exaggerated and spouting nonsense like boys will be boys. We've had limited contact since. No, I'm unaware of Ellie and Victor's outcomes post-departure. I severed ties completely. Update 1. For days on. Hello all, Jasper returning. Firstly, appreciation for the encouragement on my initial share. The general view was, if proceeding, handle it properly. Avoid letting Ellie control the situation. Avoid solitary meetings. Prevent history revision. Julia and I discussed extensively after posting. She has this ability to navigate emotional chaos and view matters objectively. She remarked, this individual shattered your world the eve of your ceremony. You owe her nothing, not even acknowledgement. However, if a portion of you requires ending this phase prior to beginning ours, I won't block it. I simply won't allow it in a manner granting her advantage. That's how we devised the approach. I responded to Ellie yesterday morning. I'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. at the Edison Lounge in the city center. Arrive solo. The Edison is an elegant bar in the business area, open to public, formal, and distant from our former spots, clearly. No sentimentality, no sentiment exploitation. I omitted mentioning I wouldn't be solo. Julia demanded to attend. She quoted, I'm not there to protect you or engage in conflict. I'm there as your tomorrow, and she must witness it plainly. So that evening, we arrived at the Edison by 6:45 p.m. Julia appeared breathtaking in a dark gray outfit, hair tied back, fully the accomplished lawyer. We claimed a spacious corner seat with clear view of the entry. The strategy was straightforward. I'd converse with Ellie, but with my supporters clearly present at the table. No secluded emotional exchange. No opportunity for tears and emotional control in seclusion. Ellie arrived at 7:03 p.m. I hardly identified her initially. She seemed reduced. 6 years prior, she was polished, self-assured, lively. The lady entering appeared to have aged 10 years. Her attire was decent, but lacked the luxury labels she preferred. No rings signifying engagement. No marriage band. Her hairstyle varied. Yet her eyes struck me most. They held a pleading, empty gaze. She spotted me right away, then Julia, then Michael and Dev. Her expression collapsed. She approached gradually, gripping her bag tightly. Jasper, she murmured softly. I didn't expect you'd have company. You indicated a need to speak with me. I responded calmly. Then speak. Meet Julia, my bride-to-be. Julia acknowledged with a courteous nod, without offering a handshake. Ellie stared at her briefly, and I noticed something break in her demeanor. Might we speak alone? Ellie inquired, voice trembling. No, I stated, not harshly, but decisively. State it here. She took a seat opposite us, tears visibly starting. Jasper, I realized my actions were inexcusable. But please know, Ellie, I'm short on patience, I cut in. Your message claimed things differ from my perception. I'm present, share your purpose, and conclude this. Ellie glanced at Julia once more, then at me. Victor and I, it wasn't planned, it's simply, don't. I interjected, raising a hand. Never say it simply occurred. I witnessed you, in our bed, eve of the ceremony. Wine glasses were present. You were enjoying a romantic evening in our home. Don't undermine my awareness by claiming momentary lapse. Tears intensified. Correct, it wasn't initial. It lasted 3 months. But Jasper, please comprehend. I need no comprehension, I declared. I comprehend your betrayal with my brother during wedding preparations. You allowed me to fund the event, permitted family travel, let me envision a shared tomorrow, then demolished it. I realize, she raised her voice, then quieted as glances turned. I realize my deeds, and I've suffered for them, Jasper. Indeed, I've suffered greatly. Then Julia interjected. Suffered how precisely? By confronting repercussions of your choices. Ellie glared briefly, then refocused on me. Victor abandoned me once you left, and it all exploded. He claimed no intent for seriousness, unprepared for commitment. I was fired as our circle learned the truth. Many friends supported you. Even my parents scarcely communicate. Listening, I experienced emptiness. I expected pleasure or justice, but only void. And its relevance to me? I aired gravely, she murmured. 6 years filled with remorse. Therapy attended, self-improvement pursued, attempting to grasp why I ruined something valuable. And I merely needed you aware of my remorse, recognition of the destruction, and hope you. Hope what? Julia cut in sharply yet composed. That he pardons you for your own relief. Ellie's gaze widened. I sought only finality. No, Julia countered, inclining forward. You sought exoneration, distinct. You desire Jasper affirming acceptability. You're not evil. Errors occur. But that's not his role. Not your counselor, not your confessor. I placed my hand on Julia's, a quiet gratitude. Then addressed Ellie straight. You seek words easing your remorse, I noted, but I cannot provide. Your actions 6 years back altered my life's path entirely. I departed all, reconstructed anew, and truly, I'm improved. This existence, the company I developed, the partner I'm wedding, none existed without your deeds. Ellie's features distorted. Thus you're claiming gratitude for it? I'm claiming advancement, I answered. Fully. No longer pondering you. No what-ifs. No lingering rage or despise. You're insignificant now. Not cruelty, mere fact. Jasper, please, thanks for attending, I stated, rising. Sincerely. I believe seeing you again confirmed my total recovery. But farewell, Ellie truly now. Julia rose beside me, then faced Ellie with a piercing stare. Henceforth, no contact with Jasper. No for finality, no apologies, nothing. We wed in 10 days. You'll have zero role in our existence. Understood? Ellie nodded, tears flowing. We departed her there. The return drive silent. Julia grasped my hand throughout. At home, she served whiskey for us both, and we relaxed on the sofa. Your feelings? She queried. Relieved, I confessed, as if releasing an unknown burden. She grinned, kissed my brow. Excellent. Now wed, and forget her forever. Ceremony next Saturday. I'll update post-event, if no further chaos. Edit. Queries on Victor contacting? Yes, shortly after returning, unknown number texted. Him. Heard of your Ellie meeting. We ought to converse. Need to clarify. Blocked instantly. One suffices. No desire for his words. Update 2. 6 days on, didn't expect another post soon. But Ellie matter not concluded as assumed. Post-Edison meeting, I thought finalized. Clear separation, chapter ended, onward. Yet 2 days later, unexpected complexity arose. Father phoned. Background, minimal talk with my dad in 6 years. When incident occurred, he fully supported Victor. Claimed exaggeration, such occurrences common. Urged maturity for family resolution. Upon learning my city departure, accused fleeing issues. Perhaps 10 words exchanged since. Stilted holiday messages. No depth. His call nearly ignored. But Julia nearby, and oddly, I avoided appearing evasive. Jasper, Dad said upon answer. Voice weary. Victor mentioned your Ellie encounter last week. I stayed composed. He's struggling badly. Request conversation. Seeks apology. Reconcile pre-wedding for family attendance and well wishes. I chuckled incredulously, not spitefully. Pleading for Victor, who bedded my fiancée pre-wedding eve. He sighed deeply, as if tolerating irrationality. Long ago, son. Errors happen. Family. No, I firmly stated. He ceased family status upon betrayal. You diminished as parent siding with him. Extended pause. Unfair. I aimed family unity. By demanding pardon for unpardonable, urging dismissal. Dad, choices made 6 years back, yours and mine. I departed. Constructed fresh life. Wedding in 4 days to respectful woman. Victor, in remorse damned. Jasper, no. Interrupted. Finished. No further calls for Victor. No considering his wedding presents. In fact, you're uninvited. Ended. Hung up. Julia clasped my hand. Proud of you, softly. But complications increased. Yesterday, call from business close friend Michael. Aware of past. Angry tone. Hey, important info. Ellie visited my workplace. Somehow located it, voiced worries. Claimed concern for Jasper. Believed hasty marriage, sans trauma processing. Urged Michael intervene. Suggest delay for proper motives. Michael demanded departure or security call. Her boldness stunned me. Then Julia acted decisively. Law firm ties. She prepared cease and desist. Delivered to Ellie that evening. Stipulates further contact with me, fiancé, friends/associates as harassment, legal consequences. No prior consultation. Explained, you're overly kind for this. She ignores boundaries. Chose correctly. This morning, lengthy Victor email. Skimmed mostly. Now engaged, pity her, and sought air clearing pre his ceremony. Described personal growth, wrong recognition. Ellie contacted him post-meeting, poor mental state, urged compassion. Forwarded to Julia unreplied. She, cease and desist for him? Not yet, optional. Wedding 4 days away. Around 40 attendees. Business friends, Julia's relatives, select old college contacts. No baggage, pure supporters. Long evening walk with Julia. Queried worry over dramatic acts by Ellie/Victor at event. Somewhat yes. But private venue, strict guests. Security bars unlisted. Messages, emails, guilt calls irrelevant. I've progressed. Final update post-wedding, amid honeymoon/return. Appreciate following, Reddit. Edit. Mom queries. Died when I was 12. Dad remarried. Hence Victor half-brother. Family attendance. Julia's parents/sister. Wonderful folks. None my side, fine. Final update, 12 days on. Married, truly happily. Event last Saturday. Flawless. Julia stunning beyond words. Conditions ideal, no past intruders for disruption. Returned from brief Colorado honeymoon. Promised closing update. Pre-wedding day, final unknown text. 3 words, I'm sorry, Jasper. Likely Ellie, blocked post cease. Deleted unreplied. Ceremony opposite 6 years prior. Modest, purposeful, attendees sincerely present. Best man Michael spoke of my rise from ruins like suited phoenix. Julia's sister wept. Nearly I. First dance, Julia murmured, no regrets. Understood, not her marriage, but path here. None, sincerely. Many advised forgiving Ellie/Victor for peace. Disagree. Acts unpardonable. No duty absolving for their comfort. Instead, constructed anew. Directed efforts toward life excluding them. Not prolonged fury over loss. Outcomes. No Ellie contact since pre-wedding text. Cease effective. Acquaintances say relocated hometown 3 hours off. Retail job now, distant from prior director role. Wish her recovery, not my issue. Victor. Cousin said engagement ended post-fiancé discovery of past. Job loss at dad's firm after dispute. Relocated 2 states for fresh start. Familiar? Karma potent. No dad talk since call. Post-wedding, mailed card. No remorse, mere congratulations signed. Discarded. Cousin, dad struggling. Victor's exit impacted, finally conceded perhaps wrong son supported. Late. Alone bar second wife, reported unhappy with fallout. Possible future dialogue, no expectations. Julia napping sofa nearby as I write. Tired from settling post-trip/work. Files scattered table. Glasses askew, light snoring. Never surer of any decision than this. End of tale. Gratitude all, Reddit. Genuine.